Morning guys, welcome back to another video. So this weekend, I am so excited. I will be bringing you guys along as I head over to Teewah Beach, Double Island, Rainbow Beach, all of these beautiful locations that are located just north of Noosa. I was a little bit hesitant to come out here this weekend because the weather was looking a little bit average, and to be honest, it is very average, but look, we're not going to let that stop us. There's going to be plenty of little breakthroughs of sunshine because that's what it's been all week. The weather's saying one thing and then it's another thing, so we're just going to go with it. But I'm going to air down my tyres because there's a couple of ways that you can get over to Teewah Beach. You can take the barge from Noosa North Shore, you can head through freshwater, or you can actually come down Rainbow Beach if the tides permit it. So I've decided I'm going to go in through Freshwater Road, and then because I'll be sort of heading up towards Rainbow Beach, I might see if I can time the tides to actually go up through that beach run from there. But either way, let's air down the tides and we'll go from there. Now, as far as the freshwater track goes, it is technically a four-wheel drive track. It's relatively easy, but I'm still going to just pop my tires down to 25, and then before I get on the beach, I'm then going to pop them down a further maybe 5 psi or so, just obviously so we can get on the beach safely. So I stopped off at the freshwater day use area. If you haven't already been to Teewah before, you will know that you actually have to bring your own toilet when camping along Teewah, because this is effectively the last stop where you have access to flushing toilets. I think there might even be a shower as well, which who knows, I might take advantage of in the next couple of days. But yeah, I popped my tires down to 20 psi. We're going to head straight to the campsite because once you're on Teewah, you really don't want to be driving on, either side of high tide, which we are sort of fast approaching at the moment. I think we've got maybe like 2.5 hours, 3 hours until high tide. So yeah, head to the campsite and then we might do a little bit of exploring this afternoon. What did I tell you? The sun has literally come out. It is freaking blue skies. It is so beautiful. So I'm glad I trusted my gut instinct and came anyway, but I didn't even make it down to my campsite. So I have booked into Zone 7 for the 2 nights. And for some reason I thought it was up this sort of northern end, but it's actually way further down. So the tide was coming in way quicker than I expected. So I just pulled into Zone 2 and just had some lunch, did all the things. And yeah, now that the tide's going back out, we're gonna head back up, go to that Rainbow Beach side. I actually think it's called Honeymoon Bay, which I had no idea. So we're going to take the leisure track and head over there, maybe spend some time over that way, and then if we get time to get over to the lighthouse, we might do that as well. But yeah, we'll just play it by ear today. Given how many times I've actually driven on that beach before, I do not remember it being so freaking hard to drive on. I actually thought I was going to get bogged a couple of times there. Thankfully, it didn't happen. There's not that many people around either, so thank God it didn't. But either way, we are literally almost here, and I'm so excited just to chill out on the beach. That water is so nice, so we're definitely going to be jumping in. I even came prepared with a little floaty, of course, because we're here to chill. So I spent a good part of the day out here and it is so beautiful. Although, if anyone knows what those jellyfish were that were in the water, can you tell me what they are? Because I tried Googling it, no idea if they are poisonous or not, and like they didn't seem to come up and sting me, so that's a good sign. But either way, we're gonna pack up, we're gonna head over to our campsite. So zone 7, so I've got a little bit of a mission to get there, but at least now we're not actually chasing high tide, which is good. So we just got out to zone 7 and look, if I had looked at a map, I probably wouldn't have booked this spot because I thought it was split. Anyway, that's beside the point, but yeah, sort of the distance between zone 1 and zone 7, I think it's pretty significant. So I think I'm gonna see if I can change my booking for tomorrow just to be a little bit closer. But in saying that, look, there's still really nice views. It's sort of a little bit further up, so hopefully the wind won't get me too bad, but check this spot out. And then yes, we've got some cooking to do as well. Now, another thing that you have to accept when coming out here is there is zero reception. So if it weren't for the fact that I've got my full electrical setup plus Starlink, I probably wouldn't be able to connect to the internet. And let's be honest, sometimes it's actually nice to be disconnected, but for my sake, it definitely comes in handy. Now, as far as what we're having for dinner, so I'm going to make some sweet potato gnocchi. We'll see if it turns out. Once again, this is a meal that I love making when I'm at home, but I'm determined to make all of these meals camp food because why not? So we've got the sweet potato that I've already boiled and mashed. We've got the flour, and then I've got another bowl because I couldn't possibly just use the one I've already made a mess of. We've got to use all of the dishes possible. So now that we've got the dough formed, we're just going to boil some water, chuck some salt in there, get the leaf out. So yeah, we're gonna get the water to boil. We're gonna separate this now into 4 sections that we can roll out and then make into our little gnocchi. Now from there, you just wanna go through and cut them all up in tiny little bite-sized pieces. And just like that, we've got our little baby gnocchis, which I'm so excited to cook. And you can literally put this with anything. Like I'm gonna cook it with some butter, garlic, and sage, like keep it really nice and simple, but you could put it with pasta sauce of any form. Like you can't go wrong. And this is enough to be able to freeze and have for later on as well. So now that our water is boiling, we can go ahead and put in our little gnocchi into the water. You pretty much just want to put them in there until they float to the top. So you're not completely boiling them. So these are all now floating to the top, which means they are ready to come out. This actually looks so good. I'm so excited to eat this. Here I am thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, there'll be a couple of serves in there. I'm like, no, let's put more in that bowl. But either way, I'm going to eat this and then we're gonna start to wind down for the night. Tomorrow morning is gonna be a very lazy start anyway. So yeah, we'll just see how we go. Just chill out really. Morning guys, so as expected I've had a super lazy start to the morning. I literally just like sat and chilled. I had my coffee this morning. There's this really cool goanna that was like cruising past, and now I'm literally just gonna have to wait until high tide passes, which is about in an hour, but it is actually a really super high tide I've noticed today, so I don't think I'll be passing anytime soon, but maybe about 1 or maybe 2 o'clock we'll head up to the lighthouse. That is apparently an hour walk. I'm gonna do a bit of Googling on it before I head up that way, but that should be pretty easy, and then yeah, we'll have to figure out where we're camping for tonight. Still haven't changed my campsite. I feel like out of pure laziness, I'm probably just gonna come back here anyway, but yeah, we'll see how we go, but I'll check in with you guys soon when we're on our way. So I finally made it out to the lighthouse. Now it's actually a shorter walk than what I thought it was going to be. So it's only 2.1 kilometers out and back. So it should be a pretty easy one. I have decided to leave it a little bit later just because it's a bit cooler now. It's like 3 p.m. And yeah, like I said, it's not going to take too long at all, but hopefully we get to see some really cool views at the top. I've got the drone just in case, but we'll see how the wind is. But either way, let's get to it. I'm actually so grateful that I did not go in the middle of the day like I first intended to. It is steep and it is also still so bloody warm at this time of the day, but I know it's going to be absolutely worth it. I reckon that's going to be one of the best views. The fact that you can see right from Teewah all the way over to Rainbow Beach is incredible. Apparently on really clear days you can even see as far down as Noosa as well. But yes, as you guys would have seen, there was a few whales breaching. Nothing too crazy. It's like as soon as I stopped recording, that's when they decided to do like the bigger breaches. But either way, I'm going to make my way back down. I'm not going to be doing anything too fancy tonight. I think I'm just going to have my leftovers from last night's gnocchi. And tomorrow morning, because I am such an early bird, we all know this, I will be getting up for the low tide at 5:30 in the morning to see if I can get through that run to Rainbow. So I'm not too sure. I'm still going to obviously check conditions when I get there, and if I don't feel like it is safe to pass through, obviously we'll just find another way. But either way, I will see you guys in the morning. To think I thought I was coming back to camp to relax and go to sleep early. No, this fucking roller track, excuse my language, but I didn't give you guys an update. So my roller track, I went into Townsville, they were going to fix it, they couldn't get the parts in time, so I had to come back to Brisbane. I went to Mazda in Springwood, and they wouldn't fix it. They said that it's my fault and they won't fix it under warranty. So now I've just been dealing with it, but now it won't open. Like, I cannot open it to save my life, and everything is in there. It's so frustrating. Now for context, the roller track can only be opened with a key, and I have like tried this so many times. Like, this isn't a matter of like put some elbow grease into it. Like, I have been swinging off this door trying to get it to open, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should just set my rooftop tent up and climb in there without the ladder, because I've got my fridge, I've obviously got food, my pillows are in the back, so that's fine. My blanket's in the rooftop tent. Do I go home? Anyway, that's fine. I'm going to sort my life out, whether this opens or not, and I will see you guys in the morning. Morning guys, so I've gotten up nice and early and I've come out to that lagoon side, Rainbow Beach side, and I already decided last night that I wasn't going to do the Rainbow Beach run, just because if you don't already know, there is a Facebook page where this guy updates on the run itself. So the Facebook page is called The Iceman, and about 6 days ago he did say that there was still no access, and there hasn't been any update since then. So I'm just going to take that as gospel, but I did want to come out here and get the drone up for these beautiful cliffs behind us here. They are the most beautiful coloured sand. So I feel like, yeah, that nice morning light will be perfect to get the drone up and show you guys all of that. Then we're going to backtrack. We're going to go back through Freshwater and head into Rainbow. Because I can't get into the back of my car, all of my caffeine is literally in there. So I'm gonna need that because I pretend I'm a morning person, but it's probably just because of the amount of caffeine that I drink. So we're gonna head into Rainbow, get some coffee, and then the last place I do want to check out whilst we're there is the Carlo Sandblow. So I've known about it for so long, but I've never actually been out there, so definitely keen to put that on my list as well. But either way, let's get the drone up and then we'll start backtracking back out to Rainbow. I didn't actually consider the fact that my air compressor was also in my tub, so I had to drive back into Rainbow, which I'd planned to do anyway, but luckily it's only a really short drive. But I've come out to the Carlo Sandblow's walk, so this one is 15-minute trek. Looks like it might rain, but I think we might be pretty good to get in there before it does. But in saying that, guys, I'm going to close up this video here. As always, thank you so much for following along. I hope you enjoyed all the cool spots we got to check out here at Double Island, and fingers crossed that I get my tub fixed sooner rather than later so we can get back out exploring. It was my intention to head over to Fraser Island from here, but that might just have to potentially be on hold for a little while. But either way, see you guys next time.